drone you see right next to me, sitting here, it's an actual drone, it's not a dummy. It's called the Rhino. It's built by Ankit's company. And I'm going to ask Aditya, my friend now, on the screens behind me, 2 of these drones are going to take off as we speak. Not here in Delhi, but far away in Mumbai. And I'm going to show you how, and Ankit's going to demonstrate how. He's actually going to operate the camera on those drones with an app on his phone, sitting here in Delhi. This is technology that's already being used. We're going to have that video up on our screen in a bit. There's a little bit of a lag because we're sitting in Delhi and these drones are in Mumbai. But that's live. That's live imagery you're seeing of an IdeaForge drone flying over Mumbai. And Ankit, who's got that phone in his hand right now, Ankit, why don't you demonstrate it to us and then I'll take it over and I'll show you how easy it is. One little app. Everyone knows how to swipe and pan and pinch. That's all it takes to actually show. That's Ankit doing that, by the way. He's panning the camera on that drone. Nobody else. He's flying it. He's like showing you the camera. Now, this is technology that's already involved. And the drone that you're looking at here is the one that's flying in Mumbai. And Ankit, this isn't just a toy, right? This isn't just a toy. This is a drone yeah, I'm looking at Ankit doing it. It's amazing. I'll take it over. Ankit, I'll ask you a question and I'll play around with it for a while. Yeah, go ahead.
Absolutely.
The thing about this drone that you see, ladies and gentlemen, is that these drones, hundreds of them, are deployed across the country to map India's villages. It's a part of a big government scheme, and these drones are already being used by the government to map villages and get exact information on property to demarcate where our villages are, how big our villages are, to help in welfare schemes. Tell us a little bit about that, Ankit.
Yeah, this is the first time that India is going to map all the Abadi areas of where the villagers actually stay and map all of those areas using drones under a scheme called the Swamitwa scheme and be able to provide digitized land records which are irrefutable to those farmers for the first time to get them into the economic mainstream of our country. So I think this is one of the largest schemes out there. And this is feed from one of our drones which can actually be controlled wherever you are sitting in a command and control center or right in front of you. Multiple people in your organization can actually see this and control the feed of the drone based on their requirements and needs, despite somebody in the field operating the drone and giving you a bird's eye view of what's happening on the ground situation. So we are building this technology not just to do the activity on the ground at the last mile, but to bring it back to the consumers and the decision makers to make sure that they have that exact information that is required to take a decision on that time at that moment on ground.
So, let me show you that. Let me try to, I'm a rookie, Ankit's the expert here. Yeah. Ankit, show us how much that drone can actually zoom. This is incredible. I want to repeat what I just said. This is a drone it's not a toy. I mean, what you're looking at here is a real thing. And a bunch of these all across the country are literally sort of harvesting visual data. And I'm glad, Rahul, you asked about zoom because the zoom aspect of it is very, very important. Now, the cameras that are integratable on these drones can be changed. Very, very high resolution cameras are possible on these drones to increase the clarity of the images you get, because the demands that the government's making on you, Ankit, for these drones is you need to be able to look until like centimeters and meters, because we're talking about villages and property and that kind of thing.
Absolutely. So we are demanded that we provide resolutions which are down to centimeter levels, as well as we are required to geolocate those points on ground with absolute accuracy of very, very high precision. So you can only call it a land record when it has that level of accuracy, which is irrefutable even at any point in time in the future. And now this is the first time we're creating actual ground evidence of what was mapped and their exact coordinates, so that in future at any point in time you can go and exactly locate where that property is and what are its dimensions and what was its position when it was surveyed, and you can resurvey it to get its new condition in terms of what the property means. So these drones are required to actually go very, very close to the ground. For surveillance, again, you need to provide zoom applications. You need to move away from a lot of what you do in wedding photography, from that perspective, you need to go closer to your target and you need to stay significantly far away from the target to be able to do such kind of operations in safer environment for the operator. And that's what we enable for our users, where we make sure that they are able to do those operations without people realizing that they are being monitored, particularly when we are talking about counter-insurgency, counter-terrorism, and a lot of intelligence activities. So these systems day to day help us monitor those situations as we speak on ground. In fact, I have a fun snippet that every 15 minutes, one Idea Forge drone is launched in the sky in our country today.